I'm Jason, and I play Crazy Mike.
I'm Logan and I play.
Luis and I play Lulu.
I'm Crazy Mike, and welcome to Crazy Mike's Crazy Talk Show. Today we have a very special episode regarding the world-renowned novel Warriors Don't Cry by Melba Pattillo Beers. In this novel, 9 African-American students attempt to integrate into Little Rock Central High School. Today we have 4 special guests to help us dissect this crazy event in American history.
Please welcome to the stage my first guest, Logan. Hello, Logan. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing very well. Logan is here to talk about some of the history that led up to this book.
One of the first groups that integrated was 3 years later in September 1957 in Little Rock, Arkansas. There was a group of 9 African American students who integrated into an all-white high school called Central High School. And a mob rushed the school, forcing the 9 students to leave. And a few days later, President Eisenhower deployed the 101st Airborne Division to escort and protect the students for the first few months of school.
Were these soldiers helpful, and do you have any examples of soldiers that helped Melba?
Well, each student was assigned one soldier of the 101st Airborne Division to be their escort through the hallways and throughout the school. Melba, her protector's name was Danny. Danny taught Melba very important lessons and helped her mentally through her time at Central High. One example of this is in Melba's memoir of Warriors Don't Cry. She says, "I tried hard to remember everything Danny had taught me. I discovered I wasn't frightened in the old way anymore."
Thank you, Logan, for being on my talk show today. It's been a pleasure having you here, helping us through the history of the novel. Thank you very much.
I hate how Governor Faubus got involved with these soldiers. I believe it should have remained a peaceful effort by the people and for the people.
Please welcome to the stage my next guest, my good friend, Luis.
Hi guys.
Wow, you got applause. So, Luis, what is the message of the novel?
The message of the novel Warriors Don't Cry is about overcoming racism and social justice within schools. The Little Rock Nine integrated and fought for justice so they can have the same rights as the white. Many were bullied psychologically and physically, but they didn't stop fighting. Melba was part of the Little Rock Nine. Melba was born December 7, 1941. She was one of the first to integrate Little Rock Central High School in Little Rock, Arkansas. Her hope was to fight for justice and equality. I believe Melba wrote this story to show how good it was to get an education for her and her peers. Many students today are given the opportunity to go to school and they reject it. While Melba wanted it better herself and have an education, it was tough. She was highly bullied and discriminated, and I think she partly wrote this book to see if there was any progress from then to now society.
Thank you, Luis, for your insight into the meaning of this novel.
You're welcome.
Lose. There were pros and cons to the media presence at Central High School. I believe, however, that if there was no media output regarding the Little Rock Nine, they would have been quickly gotten rid of, with no one to help fight for their rights. The media was a big advantage for the Little Rock Nine, even though there were also many cons to it.
Please welcome to the stage my next guest, Sally. Wow, Sally, you're very popular here.
Yes, I am.
How are you doing today?
Great.
Well, that is great to hear. What were some of the hardships that Melba had to overcome?
Melba had a very hard time trying to stay alive at Central High. She got bullied and tortured every day. The only way she got through it was with the help of her Grandma India.
How has Grandma India impacted her life?
Grandma India is Melba's role model. She plays such an important role in her life. She's the only reason why she continues to go to that school. Although Melba really wanted to go to that school, she starts to give up because of what she thought it was like instead of how it really is. Melba grew into a strong warrior because of all the great things her Grandma India gives her.
What has Grandma India given Melba to get through these hard times?
Grandma India gave Melba the diary, and it helps her communicate with God. She believes that God will help her throughout the way because a little hope she has. Her Grandma India explains that if she writes all the things going on, then God will hear her out. Grandma India is a very wise woman. Melba is very thankful to have her in her life.
I'm so glad that Melba had someone like Grandma India to help her throughout these hard times. Melba has to endure these constant struggles with the soldiers, the teachers, and worst of all, the students. If she didn't have her grandma to lean on, her whole life would have been full of only hate, and her family showed her that she had a sliver of hope.
Please welcome our next guest, Patricia. How are you doing, Patricia?
I'm okay.
That is very good. I'm excited to talk to you about some of these great issues and how they relate to modern society. Oh, Patricia, how is this book related to Kill a Mockingbird?
Well, Melba was discriminated against and hated for her race, just like Tom Robinson was in To Kill a Mockingbird. They were both treated unfairly due to skin color, but they both had supporters like Atticus, Link, and Danny.
One of Melba's attackers was named Andy, and one of her supporters was named Link. What are some of their traits, and what separates them?
Well, Andy was racist and close-minded, and he threatened Melba while trying to hurt and kill her. And Link was a lot more progressive and open-minded, so he tried to help her escape from Andy, and he was a lot more caring, like people today who are more progressive.
It really sounds like Andy was more of an old school kind of guy, and Link was a very progressive, modern kind of guy. I really like that. How has this novel affected modern society?
Well, it helped start the integration of other schools, and it got us closer to equality. And if it hadn't happened then we might be more behind today.
Thank you, Patricia, for helping us today. In conclusion of this fantastic special episode of Crazy Mike's Crazy Talk Show, I have seen the Little Rock Nine endured many hardships during their time at Central High, and even outside of school. These students fought for their rights and the rights of all the colored community for unsegregated public education. I love how Melba gave us this insight into her struggles in this tough time in American history. I would like to thank all my amazing guests for helping me through all this valuable information from this novel. And until next time, your favorite all-American Deep South talk show host, Crazy Mike, is signing out.